The data is clear. AI today can make better music than an intermediate musician. This is because the AI has been trained on not the average of the musician, but on these professional records that have been already successful. Okay, that means the average is pretty high. Okay, AI has been learning on well produced, well recorded, well played records. Now, for you that you are maybe a musician that is at the beginning, meaning within the 3 years mark, it's kind of frustrating, but it's normal that AI is above you. Okay, it does better than you. Not for everybody and not on everything. Okay, but in most scenario, AI can create somehow a song that is pretty good. Now, can extend your 3 year mark, okay? Because I don't want to talk about the people, I'm going to talk about me. So, for example, I make experimental electronic music, okay? On that part, okay, from my point of view, I'm much better than AI. Okay, I use, just to understand, I use this analog synth. I got really amazing sound. It's the music that I love, I've been making for many years. So on that specific part of experimental music, I'm better than AI. But if I want to use AI to make, for example, indie pop music, okay, I have no experience in writing the music, and I don't know how to do it, and therefore AI is going to be better than me. Okay, even though I play, you see, guitar and other instruments, so I can record, I have an idea, I can hear something, okay, in the pop music, I can try to make it, but it's not going to be as good as AI. So this level of AI is pretty interesting because it's pretty good on a lot of things. Now, when I speak with my professional musicians, some are like people that have been making records, people that have been writing songs for many years and so on. Okay, just to make it clear, I'm a mixing and master engineer and a music producer and composer. So I've been doing this for many years and I know a lot of professional music that is being recorded on records. So when I talk with them, for them, they see AI as a, wow, this is amazing, interesting. They might see a reason why to use for some specific things, but they don't see them AI as a threat, in the sense they can recognize AI is not as good as them. And therefore, there is this weird reality where for some people it's amazing and for some other it's not as good. Now, in this video, I'm not going to talk about the music business, and I'm not going to talk about the how AI has been trained, and therefore the fact that AI has been stealing basically the creative DNA from musicians. Okay, that is another kind of problem. What I want to talk in this video is what you as a musician can use AI and what you shouldn't use AI for. Okay, because that is the really difficult moment for us as a musician. Okay, because there is a potential trap, but there is a way to pivot this trap, this technology, to use it for our benefit. So, what's the trap here? So the trap here is, okay, I'm not as good as AI. I could say, okay, so I'm going to use AI to create arrangement, to create maybe a melody line, to maybe make a song, and so on. Okay, the trap is that because it's better than you, now you're going to have something there that it feels like maybe I should use it. I get this part. I maybe replay some parts or whatever, okay, re-sing it, whatever you want to do, and then I sell it as a mine, okay? And sell it doesn't mean that you make money, I'm just, you promote it as yours. The trap here is that you start building an identity that is disconnected from you. Okay, you start creating this virtual identity that is fake, okay, let's be honest, that is fake. And at the beginning, it feels like, okay, now I can achieve more by leveraging this technology. But in reality, music in general, unless you do really rubbish stuff, but music in general, it is about the human connection. Okay, it is about talking about things that connect us. Okay, I like the musician because their persona, their identity, the struggle, the history behind, and so on. So if you start creating this virtual identity that is not you, that is actually better than you, now you become really fragile. Okay, you are dependent by this technology, and you are not as good as what at the output, therefore you can't improve because the gap between you and this technology is too high, the output of this technology is too high, and that is completely dangerous. Okay, so what I'm suggesting, it's if you feel like experimenting, I'm not going to stop. Okay, so you have your call inside, follow it. But what I'm suggesting is, instead of doing this, you can pivot and do something much better. Okay, what is this something better? So the something better is use AI to experiment and understand who you are, what you like. Okay, so let's go back to this example that, okay, I want to make pop music, but not just like a pure pop. Okay, I have something different in my mind. Okay, so I'm gonna try to experiment and give a different prompt to achieve the sound that I want. Okay, so in my case, I would say probably towards something indie. Okay, something more alternative, not so obvious as a pop. Maybe have some electronic music elements inside, but be kind of more towards, lo-fi, more towards something not so polished. That would be my interest. So I could use AI to explore and find that kind of a sound. When I find it, I don't post it, I don't share it as a mine. What I do now, I have a sort of North Star. Okay, I've got this idea of what I would like to become, which is different from having an artist as a reference. Because the artist is basically, if you start to copy them, you become a clone of something that already exists, that is, and nobody is interested in clones. Okay, we like identity and unique identities. So now you have instead a virtual identity that you somehow shaped, and that can be your North Star, which you don't share it. What you do, you use it for yourself. You use it as a, okay, this is where I want to go, towards that direction, not to become exactly the same, but to go towards direction where you build it. Okay, so it's in somehow there is part of your identity there. Now is your journey is to try to make this the similar arrangement. So even this idea of creating something similar, or even try to copy it. Okay, I'm gonna copy that arrangement. The truth is that copy 100% is impossible. So what you're gonna do is, while you're copying, you're trying to add some elements that belongs to you. Okay, you are creating your own adjustment to their identity. So you make it yours even for one more level. So this, it's how I think AI can be useful for musician. Okay, to explore your identity in a way that you can see it. Okay, you can hear it, because it's something that we always been doing. It's not like something completely new. That's how it works. We have a vision. Okay, I want to go towards that direction, but it's completely blurred because it's in our mind and we still need to discover it. Now with this technology, we can actually give a shape that we can hear it. Okay, give something that is okay. Now it's much more clear. And for example, let's say I create this song and there is, I don't know, a piano, but the piano maybe is not the sound that I want, and I can ask AI to, to don't use the piano, replace it with something else. You can bring it inside your digital audio workstation, do some changes and so on. So the possibility now are incredible to define your future you, basically. Okay, and use that one as a guide to improve. Now, at that point, there's another trap. Okay, while you use this strategy to find yourself, you also start to be dependent by AI. That dependency means that you are not in a position where you will be able to master your skill. Because let's think about this example. Okay, so when I started, for example, learning to ride a bicycle, I had maybe my parents holding the bicycle for me. Okay, it was holding steady, so I could just learn the movement, understand the dynamics, and understand the principle. But then, if I always had someone holding my bicycle, I would never learn to ride. Okay, and that is the same thing happen with AI. So you use AI to hold your hands, okay, to show you and help you how to ride. But at one point, if you want to become a rider, a musician, and be have sovereignty about your music, you need to let go AI and say, okay, I learned, I use it. That was really good. Sometimes you can go back if you want to experiment, and nobody stop you for doing anything there. But you need to decide and say, okay, now I need to become good at this. And to become good at this, I need to do the next step that refuse the use of AI. Completely go on your own and try to write a song from scratch. Try to have no reference. Just be you. Just say what you are. Okay. And of course, it might be okay that your level is gonna go down. It might be that your level is gonna go up. It might be the level is gonna be the same. Okay. But it's that journey. Okay. That's be more unstable is part of the getting better. Okay, mastering a skill. Now, this is what I wanted to say in this video. I would love to hear your story, to see if you've been using AI for music in this way or different ways, or if you have tips for other musicians. The point here, this is a new technology and it's extremely powerful. It's also extremely dangerous. And again, I'm not talking about even the problem of that this AI has been stealing the creative DNA from other musicians, and not talking about the how to make money with music made by AI. I'm interested in your journey as a musician, as a singer, as a songwriter, as a composer. It's how do you see AI? Okay, can this tool become part of our toolkit, or shall we just ignore it completely, just do our own thing? Thanks for staying to the end, and of course, like and subscribe, and see you soon.